off the surface. I'm happy with that. Welcome to another day on the bank, and you join me, Tommy Joe. Thank you for tuning in once again. Right then, something a little bit out of my comfort zone, but something I grew up as a child doing a lot of. So I'm here on the bank at Bronavion Fishery. I've picked a peg right on an island, and I'm going to be approaching it with light gear. I've got my Corum all-rounder, which is a £1.5 test curve, and I've gone for £8 line. So I'm fishing really light to what I usually do, and I'm also going to fish it with a stick float. So I'm really going back to my old school fishing days. So yeah, I'm just going to sit it out here for a few hours. It's early morning. I'm going to sit it out here for a few hours and see if I can get some sort of fish. I'm not too bothered what really, but a little bit of action under the float, and see what happens. So keep tuned and let's see what this morning brings. It was supposed to be a day of float fishing, but I just couldn't seem to get through them F1s. Watch what happens after dinner. So my bait of choice is a small piece of garden worm. Something that I don't know if many people use these days is worm, but I always seem to have worms in my bag. I think it's a cracking bait to have with me. I'm just putting a little bit of 3mm pellet out, and then I'm fishing about 2 inches off the bottom, and let's flick this float out now and see if we get any action. Oh. So that's obviously roach, I would think. That float's bobbing away straight away, so I think it's roach. Oh yeah, we've got something on. What we got? Ooh. So it looks like a little F1. Yeah. Oh, is that a crucian? And there we go. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Nice chunky little fish. Get it straight back, and we'll see if we can get any more. Happy days. They're getting smaller. So always use the net just to put them back as well, yeah. If you know, when you're fishing for these small fish, there's no need to handle them really. Just like that, perfect. So the worms are definitely doing the trick. It's a bit of a scraggy worm this, but we'll chuck it straight back in there and I'll see if it gets me another one. Sometimes you just got to go back to where fishing started for you when you were a kid, just for you to realise the beauty of fishing. So float's bobbing away straight away. I've obviously got them here. Oh, I missed that one. Yeah, you know, you've got to go back to where it all started when you were a kid, because sometimes you can forget what fishing's about, and fishing's about relaxing, enjoying it. And you know, just, it's not all about chasing big fish. You've just got to get out there and enjoy what you do. Fishing's meant to be a love. So I love fishing. I love catching big fish. I love catching all sorts of fish. You know, you just got to enjoy it, guys. There's too much these days. People feel under pressure to catch big fish for the camera or for a photo. And younger anglers as well, getting into the game, they don't want to know unless it's £20. I'm not being funny, I didn't see a £20 fish until I was 19, maybe 20 years of age myself. I think that worm's had it. You know, yes, it's nice to catch big fish. Everybody wants to catch big fish. I think it casted on a lily pad actually. Everybody wants to catch big fish, of course they do. But just don't forget what it's about. You know, it's fishing. It's meant to be enjoyable. Enjoy it. Get loads of little nibbles down here. I think it's going to be hard to catch anything other than carp here today. Small little F1s. But it's a good bit of fun. I like gear, and it's the first stop. So come on, dude. There we go. Plenty of fish to be had, isn't it? Another nice little one. So yeah, plenty of them. Only little, but plenty of them. Good looking little fish. So let's see if we can get a bigger one in. Or a mirror, that'd be nice. The hooks are coming straight out obviously because they're barbless. Again guys, using the net to put the fish back. There we go. So another chunk of worm. Hands are a bit wet now. And that's it, as simple as that. And then we're getting back. So as you can see, I'm fishing. Let's see if that'll focus a bit better. There we are. So that's there is how the disgorger works. You slide it down your line to the hook and just give it a gentle push in, lift up and pull out. Nice and simple. And I did mention about disgorgers, so I bring different couple of size disgorgers with me. And what do I mean by different size? So they're all different thicknesses and work better for a different size hook. So it's handy to have a different set of disgorgers for different methods of fishing. There's absolutely loads of little carp here. I think this is like number 20 in a couple of hours now. It's alright, like, it's good fun. It never used to be this easy when I was a kid, I'm sure. Lightly hooked. Come on. Lightly hooked. Another beautiful little carp. Let's get it back. So I've got my swim absolutely rocking now. It's literally a small handful of pellets. Drop the float in, a couple of minutes, and you watch now, I won't get a bite, I've said that. Yeah, but no, there's plenty of fish here. There we go. Oh, missed it. Try again. Worm's still on, it's hanging off a little bit, but I'm sure it'll work. Let's see if I'm right or am I wrong. Oh, got him. So yeah, I've got my swim absolutely rocking, full of these little F1s. Oh, it looks like the same fish. It's not the same fish, by the way, guys. Just like a little bit of line off your reel, so it comes to you, so the net comes to you nice and tidy. Again, lightly hooked. Oh, lightly hooked, as you can see. And fishing with barbless makes it so simple. Just to pop that hook out, and another one ready to go back. So a little bit more of an intense look into how I'm set up. So obviously I'm fishing a worm. Then I've got a 5-inch hook length of 4-pound line. Then I haven't got any lead then until about roughly 12 inches underneath the stick float. The reason I choose to use a stick float is so I can slide it up and down the line, so I can go through the depths. It's dead easy to do because it runs on 2 rubbers, just like that. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's got a rubber there and a rubber there, and the float literally just slides up and down the line. And then I have obviously just the one lead about 12 inches underneath the float, which helps cock the float. And the reason I don't have any leads from there, any shot from there down to the hook, is because I want the worm to fall through the water slowly, gradually, like that, to the chosen depth. And then that way you're fishing through the levels of the water and you pick fish on the drop as well. So I've managed to get a couple of carp taking off the top. The conditions aren't ideal for this, but I have managed to get a couple of carp taking off the top. So I've got a bit of bread on the top here now, but it's absolutely hammering it down. So the film is going to be poor, but I'm going to see if I can get one off the top quickly. I've just start quickly off my feet here. I've done away with the float quickly, and I've moved into this next peg just with a bit of surface bread. These 2 geese are a pain in the neck. Oh yeah, I've got a carp taking up my bread there now. Right, I'm going to turn this off for a minute now, guys, because it's absolutely raining and I can't really film and fish. So see if I can get one. I missed it. Oh, I missed it. So all I do for putting my bread on is I put the hook through, fold it over, and then squeeze around the sides so it almost looks like a Cornish pasty with the barb sticking out, and that's how I surface fish with my bread. Right, I've got another one on. A bit quicker than I thought. Not as big as I was hoping for. One off the surface, only little, but the second one on the surface, and the action's coming quick. I've got them on the feed. So when you're surface fishing like this, you've got to be really quiet, because obviously you're trying to get that fish to commit to come in right up in the layers of the water. The trick is really to try and get them going, get them competing, and then just give them less and less food to compete for before you put your surface bait out there. You've got to be really quiet. So I'm sitting behind the camera now trying to do this. I'm trying to get the best footage. Oh, that one just turned there now. So there's not many pieces of bread left, just my piece of bread. I'm trying to get it in the shot, but yeah, there it is. That's my piece of bread there. So there's not many pieces of bread left out there for them now. I think I can count about 3 plus mine. So you just got to keep really quiet, and hopefully they find yours. They'll know it's there, You'll know it's there, definitely know it's there. But you just got to get really quiet. And then you've got to try not to strike too soon. That's the trick, not striking too soon. If you watch the water, you sometimes can tell when they come into it before they're actually there. So it's there like that now, and I missed that because I was talking and I was looking away. I think it's had my bread off. No it hasn't, no it hasn't. But once your bread absorbs so much water it sinks and it doesn't work as well then. Well, it's not surface fishing then anyway, is it? But my bread's still there, it's just a little bit closer in now. I'm not sure if I can find it. Let's see, it's a bit harder to see as well because it's just, oh, there's a fish turning on it there. Got it! So I've just learnt something new, something that I didn't know, and every day is a learning day. You know, I've been fishing all my life. I'm 34 now, and I've been fishing since I could walk as far as I can remember, and used to fish with my dad, and it's just fishing runs through the blood. But I've learnt something new. So most of the fish that I've been catching are actually F1s. The bigger ones are what, apparently speaking to the owner, are the original F1s. So F1s don't have barbels coming down here like a common carp. So most of them that I've been catching, like I say, are F1s. So it's something new to me. I knew I was catching F1s, but I didn't realise that the bigger ones that I were catching were F1s. I have had obviously a couple of common carp because the F1s, I think he was saying, only grow to sort of £4, and I've had a couple of fish over that, so they'll be the commons, and they've obviously got the barbels. So yeah, don't be afraid to learn something new every day, guys. I'm just having a 5-minute break here now from the fishing, and then I'm going to have another hour and then make some plans for tonight. So I've now crept around the other side of the lake, come off the island now, come around the other side here, and I'm going to have a bit of a mooch around here to see if I can get myself a mirror carp or one of the bigger carp, only armed with the surface gear. But yeah, I've come around here now, gonna have a little bit of a go around here, a bit of a play around here, see if I can find anything around here. Let's come around this side here and straight away into a nice common, and yet again the best fish so far of the session. So we'll get this one back, we'll have a sneak around the woods here again and see if we can see anything more lurking. This fish was cruising with another fish, and I literally just flicked the bread out in front of it and boom, it took it straight away. So we'll get it back and see if we can find another. So just around that rock out there, there's a couple of better stamp fish swirling around. So I'm going to put a bit of bread there now, on the hook straight away, and see if I can pick him out. Chucked it a little bit too far. I'm going to let it drift in with the wind because I don't want to spook them. I've not given them any free offerings. I've just gone straight out with a hook bait. Got one. Got him. Fish on. This feels an alright fish, this. They don't always have to be monsters to get your heart racing. Right, he's in the net. I'll bring him to the mat and let you have a look. Another nice common carp off the surface. Not a monster. Whoops. Not a monster. He's on the mat, he's alright. Not a monster, but very welcome, and makes the day exciting. Another happy catch. Bit warm. So do you know what, guys? They don't all have to be 20+ pounds to make it exciting. Fish with light gear, light line, and you can have some, you know, not too light, but fish with line to the needs. And you can have some absolutely exciting, heart-racing fun, just the same with these smaller fish, as you can chasing the big ones. So I'm going to keep at it and hopefully find myself a mirror before I go home. So I've had loads of F1s, and I've had quite a few commons now, but a nice mirror before I go or leave this this venue anyway. But absolutely fantastic day, action packed, loads of fish. I don't know how many fish I've had, but I've had loads and loads of fish. So let's see if I can get something really decent, really big. There is some big ones in here, you just got to get amongst them. You know, speaking with the owner earlier, there is a few big fish in here that have been here for years. There's some really big koi in here as well. One of them would be wicked. But yeah, I'm going to keep at it and, you know, see if I can find something. The biggest fish I've had today, absolute belting, dark black common. Estimate about, I don't know, about £9, maybe 10, maybe 10. Definitely over 8, but absolutely fantastic fun. The camera videos won't look as good because I'm in the shade. I'm in the forest, like in a bit of a woodland. Absolute belting fish though. Fight like a demon. Since I've moved around to this side, I think I've had about 7 now, all commons, all between sort of £6 and £8, and this one I would say is definitely the biggest. I haven't got my scales with me. Well, I have, but they're in the car because I'm just moving around dead light. So yeah, absolute belter, another cracking fish. Let's see what else I can, if I can. Well, I will get some more, I think, but yeah, what a belter. So I just thought I'd do a quick show of how I put my bread on. I always like wide gape hook. I like to hook it through once, like that. Then I fold it, then I bring it back on itself. And now the reason I use such a big piece of bread, and I always squeeze here, don't squeeze there so it looks all good and fluffy, but you squeeze here and it gives you a bit of weight, and then that sits like that. I don't use a float when I'm surface fishing. I try and keep it just straight, all no float, and then there's no obstruction, there's nothing on the surface, and they seem to take it a lot more comfortably. But yeah, that's it. So let's just do it like that. So I'm not sure if you can see this, but there's a big orange koi just out there. Can you see him? Yeah, you can see him clear as day. So that's a big koi out there, big orange koi. Don't know where he's come from, he's just turned up there now. Oh, I'd love to get him. He looks a good size, him as well. Definitely a double. But yeah, there's one of the koi. It's just in the back of this wind here. Just out of in the sun, but out of the cold. Oh, I'd like to catch him. Just walking up the, I had a little walk up, a bit of a move, seen this cruising up the side, didn't get a chance to set the camera up, flicked a bit of bread in front of it and took it straight away. I don't know how many fish I've had today, but I've had a lot, let's put it that way. Another good chunky common, around about £8 or something. But absolute fantastic day now. I'm just getting fish after fish after fish, and the sun's beaming out. It's absolutely glorious, proper spring day. Absolutely enjoying it. So I just put that common back there now. Basically, I was walking up the path here from down where I was getting a few down there, really looking to see where that koi went. You know, I seen that common coming down the side margin here. I'd already had the bread on ready, so I just dropped everything. See, dropped everything, and it was literally coming up this margin here. I stood back here quietly, flicked the bread, it turned, took it, screamed off, and yeah, that's another common. Wow man, what a day this is turning out to be. Absolutely fantastic. There we go. What can I say? Absolute red letter day. Fantastic. So yeah, it started off bit of float fishing, light gear, hope for the best, and just catch a few fish. Then I heard under the bush next to me to my left a big and I thought that was a fish taking off the top. So I put a little bit of bread out, and then I found them on the top. I thought, right. Then I had a bit of action. Then after a chat with the owner and a move, I found the carp, not the F1s, the carp. Oh wow, I can't believe how many fish I've caught today. It was unbelievable. Now, you know, I know they weren't monster fish and no 20-pounders and anything like that, but at the end of the day, it's fishing, light gear, light rod, the right way of doing it, and it's some good sport. So thank you very much for tuning, guys. If you liked it, please subscribe. There's lots more to come. It didn't cost you anything. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, give us a like, and share the videos with your friends. So till next time, keep safe, keep fishing, keep chasing them dreams.